Record profits for Toyota, Honda, Mazda on the backs of hybrids is causing Hyundai to also rework their strategy with EVs. They're saying, hey, hybrids is the way to go for the near term, and they're going to be using their new production facility in Georgia that was supposed to be for EVs. They're going to be building hybrids there as well. But before we get into that and break that down a little bit more, we're going to the Korean car blog. I've been eyeing this article for a while, waiting for a little bit more info to come to support it, and we'll get into that. But we have a new hybrid system coming for Hyundai's vehicles, and it could be scalable. If you guys are excited for more affordable hybrids, make sure to smash that like button. And let's head into this. Hyundai working on a new hybrid system for compact cars. Now, watch my review on, let's say, this is going to affect Kia as well. The Kia Niro, watch my review on the Elantra Hybrid. The Elantra Hybrid is incredibly efficient. That vehicle, I was getting like 65 miles per gallon here in flat, good weather Florida. But compared to maybe Honda or Toyota's systems, that 1.6 liter hybrid, it's just not quite as peppy or as engaging, but it's definitely engaging in the fact that you can really game its miles per gallon compared to Toyotas and Hondas. But Hyundai is currently developing a new hybrid system dedicated to compact cars to respond to the increase in demand in the market. And just because it says dedicated, this general technology could be scalable to mid to large size vehicles as well. So let's keep reading. This development was initiated to strengthen their hybrid lineup of eco-friendly cars that have emerged as a trend to make sure to fill the gap created by the recent slowdown demand for EVs. According to Hyundai's Lee Seung-jo, there was only hybrid and medium and large models, and Genesis doesn't have any hybrids outside of their mild hybrid twin turbo V6. So we have right now a 1.6 liter turbo hybrid and a 1.6 naturally aspirated hybrid and a 2 liter naturally aspirated hybrid. At least in the States, that 2 liter naturally aspirated hybrid is only on the Sonata, which is falling behind the Accord and definitely the new Camry in terms of power, efficiency, all-wheel drive, that sort of thing, and smoothness. But they are now developing a hybrid system that can be installed on small cars. We plan to have a system that can equip all hybrids in the lineup. Okay, so to me, this is saying we have a scalable architecture here. Toyota and Honda have a pretty scalable architecture, but honestly, Toyota seems to be the most scalable. From using that hybrid technology on things like the Yaris, a little 3-cylinder hybrid in other markets, and the Yaris Cross, scalable all the way up to V6 hybrids, with even the plug-in hybrid that we see in the TX 550h Plus. That still uses the same general technology, different size motors, but same sort of philosophy, that power split device, eCVT, super reliable, not a whole lot to go wrong with this system. It is so good that Toyota allows other manufacturers to use it. And you look at Ford, they're essentially using that same sort of technology. Hyundai likes to use traditional automatics with their hybrids. There's nothing wrong with that. Some people might prefer that. You can't argue that that system is more reliable than Toyota's eCVT. Honda also has an eCVT hybrid, but theirs isn't really scalable seemingly right now. They only have one engine with that, where Toyota has like 4 or 5 minimum with that same general hybrid technology. Honda just has a 2 liter 4-cylinder hybrid, at least for the Western market. If you look at their hybrid technology in Japan, it is far superior, in my opinion, to what is offered here. I don't want to get off the rails there. I don't want to get off the rails on Nissan not offering their e-power here either. KCB goes on to say there's a new 2.5 turbo engine that is a hybrid. They're saying you'll see that in the new Palisade and Telluride. That makes sense because everything's downsizing. They're going to get rid of the 3.8 liter V6, more than likely have a 2.5 turbo as a standard powertrain and a 2.5 turbo hybrid with an additional, 50 horsepower would be my guess, and probably better fuel economy than the turbo alone. So I also drove the new Santa Fe recently, but what's fascinating there is that they don't have a plug-in hybrid at launch. And it's because Hyundai's working behind the scenes on a new plug-in hybrid technology to blow the old one out of the water. Okay, much more range, much more power, and that's the thing. Hyundai's current plug-in hybrids just aren't in the Kia Niro plug-in hybrids. It's just not good enough compared to what we have with Toyotas, for example. They don't offer the same amount of power or range, but they do cost a good amount more than the standard hybrids. But it's never worth it, at least now with their current plug-in hybrid technology. But that will change. The Koreans move fast, and they will have a very competitive and maybe even groundbreaking plug-in hybrid powertrain in the next year or two. And I can't wait to share that as soon as Hyundai does. KCB is saying that these updated hybrids could be launched in the Elantra and the Kona. Now, in the United States, we don't get the Kona hybrid, but maybe it's because Hyundai was waiting for their next gen system to come out. They knew maybe if they launched the Kona, it wouldn't compete very well with, let's say, the Corolla Cross hybrid with its nearly 200 horsepower. The Kona hybrid has around, 130 horsepower in other markets. I think it's the same as the Elantra hybrid. And they're also saying the Kia K4, which is replacing the Forte, could be getting this hybrid powertrain as well. And if that's the case, that is really good news, especially for that liftback model that they have teased. And then also the Seltos could be getting it. So their smaller vehicles could be getting this hybrid powertrain that is more efficient, more powerful, and more compact to reduce weight. So we're going to move on over to automotive news, where we talk about Hyundai and their shifting of their chips to develop maybe hybrids also at their battery electric vehicle plant in Georgia. And Hyundai's global chief operating officer, Jose Munoz, this past week, that we can handle that with the current investment, more or less, to put hybrids in their battery electric plant in Georgia, where they're already pumping in $12.6 billion for new dedicated EV and battery manufacturing facilities there. And it's their largest EV plant outside of South Korea. And at that plant in Georgia, they are starting production the second half of this year. So we could see hybrids coming off the printing press there, the assembly lines, at the second half of this year. Jose Munoz says we're at this pivotal point where we can decide if we're going to go full electric or if we should go for something else. His vote here is that we should go for something else in addition to electric. Guys, this is what Toyota's been saying for, 5 years straight now, as a multi-pronged approach. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. If the market changes, the economy changes, the governments change their laws, it's good to have a diversified portfolio, especially with a product stack of electrified vehicles. If you look at Tesla, Rivian, Lucid 2, for example, they're all suffering right now in the last quarter, maybe the last half year, due to reduced demand in electric vehicles. And when you have legacy auto that can hedge their bets, they could come out ahead and stronger than ever here, as hybrids are essentially printing money for these companies. And while the Japanese automakers are raking in all-time profits thanks to hybrids, Hyundai is not far behind with their hybrid technology, and the demand for the hybrids is also super strong. Munoz is excited for the vehicles out of that Georgia plant to qualify for the EV tax credit. I don't think it's as big as a deal as it used to be because of the lease loophole, and any vehicle qualifies for the EV tax credit essentially if you lease it. And I don't think you have to qualify at that point either for certain income requirements. It's definitely the way to go, and then you're not left with an outdated EV in 3 years. When there's models with, let's say, 25-30% more range that cost the same as your car did when you bought it. So leasing EVs is definitely the way to go, and they'll automatically qualify for the EV tax credit. But it is good for those who want to purchase an EV, which I don't recommend, that they will get the EV tax credit on certain Hyundai and Kia models made in that Georgia plant. And he's really proud that the company is a number 2 in EVs outside of Tesla here in the United States. I think that's true if you add up Kia, Hyundai, and Genesis, the Hyundai conglomerate. If you add all those EVs together, they're definitely in second place. Let me know if you're excited for affordable hybrids coming to the market and better hybrids to better compete with Toyota and Honda. Hopefully we can get some all-wheel drive small hybrids as well that are also affordable, like we have on the Corolla. Corolla has like no competition right now because no other small vehicle has all-wheel drive. as a hybrid. You could say the same thing for the Corolla Cross hybrid. There's no direct competition with that right now. So anyways, I'm going to end it there. I'm excited for what Hyundai comes up with. Hopefully we have concrete information on the scalable hybrid technology architecture by the end of this year. I think Hyundai moves so fast, so I would assume we would see it by the end of this year. So make sure you're subscribed. I'll catch you guys later. Have a good day. Peace.